What?
I don't know if it's the first year or the second year, but
Yeah, it was early. I know that.
No. Conference call.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty there. So is this only going to be live, or is somebody going to be able to access it later on to the video?
Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be both.
Okay. Because the lady who's going to help run the meeting, she felt so bad, but her daughter has a dance recital, and she goes, my daughter will kill me if I don't go.
Yes, she needs to do that.
Well, and I'm going to email out the slide deck.
Okay. Yeah, I've been, whatever emails you've been sending me, I've been forwarding on to her.
Yeah.
So.
Just trying to keep everyone in the loop. If no one joins the conference call, then I'll turn it off.
$4.90, but then also the district championship for that. Heritage School and
And then mine will, my one's from whatever, but my other one worked from Bell,
Oh, yeah.
but the only reason that, yeah, because they were like, can you tell me which grade the troop is?
Yeah.
Tech associate, just go right out, because I'm a member of the year, so. They brought everything with them.
Alright.
Especially since I know they have a tech troop.
Back 389. South by Springfield.
Oh, okay, so are you waiting?
Yeah.
He's my fringe, the fringe of Wagonville.
I'm taking training with you. Yep.
All right.
And then I was
Well, it's not 6 yet.
Wagonville too. Oh, really? Way to represent that. And we had to come so far in this weather.
Yeah, those weeks sort
All right. So we're back to there. All right. So shared leadership, mentors. We talked about this. All right. So our adult partners role is to participate with the lines on all activities, take turns leading an outing. And we kind of went over that before. And it's especially easier. And then, so the biggest thing we're doing with having each one of these lions step up, take turns leading a meeting is that we're teaching them that they have to help out. And then, so it's going to be a lot easier to ask them to be the den leader next year, or ask them to run the Pinewood Derby next year, because they know we're not the babysitters of America. They know that they're going to be asked to help out. So ensure that we're using the different parts to a meeting: preparation, gathering, opening, talk time, activities, closing, and after the meeting. And everything's laid out in that Lion parent guide. So let's pop right into that. So inside each one of those is going to have a section on the gathering activities, what that activity, what your first activity is going to be, and then talk about a little bit of logistics that you have to keep in mind. So there's going to be 5 core adventures. You're going to do the Lion's Order as your first adventure. There are no faith-based adventures in the Lions program. That'll start in the Tiger program. And then Tiger through Arrow of Light, there's going to be 7 required adventures, or 7 adventures to complete your badge of rank, and then 5 for the Lions program. So the general rule of thumb is that an adventure takes about a month to complete. So kindergarten, we got to remember that we are working with kindergartners here. So they're eager to learn with high energy and very, very short attention spans. It's a time of wonder and curiosity. Your den meetings and outings, remember that all kindergartners haven't mastered sitting still for long periods of time. So remember, we need to be hands-on and active. So if you're experiencing some discipline issues, stop what you're doing and try one of these to get back on track. Try some fun or active elements between talk time and activities. Activities will help the Lions refocus their energy and be ready to listen and participate. So the recognition of the Lions program is going to be in the adventure book, and then you're going to get awarded those stickers immediately. So just like the adventure loops, as soon as you're done with your hike for the adventure loop, you should be handing out those adventure loops and then recognizing everyone at the pack meeting with their cards. So you should be handing out those stickers as soon as they complete that adventure, and then recognizing them publicly at the next pack meeting they attend. So they're going to earn their Lion badge. This badge may be attached to their cap or their T-shirt. It can be worn as a temporary patch on the right pocket of their uniform, but it's not going to be a badge of rank, so it's not going to be worn on the left pocket. And there's no at-home adventures. Everything's designed to be completed in the den meetings or at outings or activities. So your adventure stickers are in there. So all of our dens are having separate meetings. Lines are part of the pack at the introductory level, and 2 or 3 ideas. Holiday pack meeting, blue and gold banquet, and end of year celebration. So we talked about training. So our line guides are going to be participating in youth protection online. And then there's a 2-minute orientation video. And then there's this slide deck that I'm going over right now as our training curriculum. So, if I was the line guide, as soon as, the night or two, the night of that all of my Lions join after school night for scouting, I would send them that link to that 2-minute video and just say, welcome to the Lions program. Here's a short introduction. It's a really sweet video. We'll, assuming our technology stays good, we'll show it tonight. So there's the National Lions website where it has FAQs and orientation videos in this slide deck. So scouting.org/lion. The Mid-America Council has a Lions website, launching the Scouting/Lions program, or Lions-program. And that's where I'm just plumbing all the Lions data all in one spot that I can send you guys. So anything I get from National, I plumb it right on that website or links right to that. So any articles, newsletter articles, anything, it's all going to be right there. And that's going to be, that's more for kind of our existing members. So, so as a Lion pilot participant, you're going to receive some evaluation throughout the year. And that's all going to be via email surveys. So your parents are going to get surveys. The Lion guides are going to get surveys. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the data of all the registered Lion guides, but then the people who aren't registered Lion guides, I'm going to need that info so that I can make sure you get the right surveys. And then I'll get surveyed from a council perspective. And it's really important for you to provide honest criticism or support for any part of the Lion program. If you think, hey, they should really have 7 adventures instead of 5, because why should it be any different than anything else? Or, you know, they really should participate in the Pinewood Derby. You know, whatever you think should be changed, provide that in the form of feedback as opposed to just doing it and not following the guidelines of the pilot program. I don't think we really need to go through that. All right. So that covers that.
So they actually become lions, and I apologize, I'm.
Yeah, for sure.
They can become lions as of what date?
So I would in August is when they should start participating. I would say following this year, they'll start June 1st, just like any other, just like tigers can start June 1st.
Okay.
But they really should not be, you know, they're not going to be, until they become tigers, they're not going to be asked to participate in day camp type programs or, but they can participate in family camp, packed family camp activities.
When did you say the earliest that we could turn in like the youth application?
So I think we can start processing them June 15th or somewhere around in there. I mean, if you turn them in, they're just going to get set in a folder until we can process them.
Which is in August.
Which I think they'll process them before August if the system will let them. So.
But as far as the dollar amount, it's going to be
cheaper. You're going to save $4 or $6.
Yeah, so because we pay from August going forward.
Yeah. That $2 a month.
And then are the applications going to change for the youth, or they're going to have or do we just write Lion on the top?
You write line on the top and then write K in the grade box.
Okay.
This is the questions for the.
Yeah, because there is no circle at the top.
Yeah.
For Lion currently.
And I don't think actually when the registrars process that application that field even gets transferred into a field on the computer.
Tiger bite, I think that's the only one that's different.
Yeah, but I think it's all generated, as most of it's generated on grade.
So in the wonderful world of online signups, you can't do online signups.
Just irregular.
And in the wonderful world of online advancement, there's going to be no documentation whatsoever that these kids did this.
Well,
Just the stickers.
This year.
For right now.
And it's not an official rank.
It's not an official badge rank.
and so the and I can't apologize enough
No,
for
you're
really
good.
the tigers are required to have a parent.
So are the Lions.
Okay, a registered parent.
Well, they just need to fill out the bottom of the.
It says they're the partners.
Or lion partner, like a tiger partner, adult partner, so they need their own application. The
Tigers do not either.
This
No,
is,
they should step
you're
up.
not the first
Yes.
unit leader.
Really?
I've probably ran into 5 packs that have been registering every single one of their tiger parents.
And it just costs your pack more money to do it that way.
So they just need to figure out they just need to fill out the bottom of the youth application. They're actually the only rank that's required to complete the bottom of the youth application.
Okay.
Like if a wolf signs up, like none of that information on the bottom is required. And ideally you would collect an email address, but so just can't do that.
So, out of curiosity, what is the Nationals
thought process behind choosing to not make it a rank?
It's a pilot program. We can figure that out after.
So there is the
Just say it is.
potential that in the future it'll be real.
Yes.
Okay, because I think for a lot of these kids, especially the kids that have older brothers,
Yeah.
it's gonna be better for them if it becomes a rank at some point.
But they really don't know the difference. I mean, if we split hairs with them, they'll understand the difference. But their patch looks
It's like the old
likely,
Tiger,
yeah.
the old Tiger program wasn't on rank.
their patch looks
Right.
just like everyone else's.
Right.
They don't get the
at all, or no?
No,
Not
they'll-
the tiger.
the Tigers. Once they become part of the Cub Scout program, which is grades 1 through 5.
Now, so you mentioned that there will still be the diamond shaped patch, and they can put it on the right pocket.
Yeah, it's
Can
just
they, can they wear it the whole time that they're a Cub Scout?
sure
It's-
because you can wear any. It's just a temporary patch, just like your Cub Scout resident.
As long as this is a pilot program, that'll be the case.
Yeah.
When it's finally accepted, then that sort of thing will
Yeah.
change.
Okay.
From all the
Say,
same.
so since it's a Tyler type or Lion pilot, can we have that?
I see what you did there. Sweet.
I know we're to follow as closely as possible. I have read through these first 5 required, 3 of them require outings that are literally outside.
Yeah, the program was designed in Texas.
So that could be a little iffy. If we're gonna say just do the first 5, do the 5 first.
You don't have to do the first required 5 first. But
It's
that's
suggested.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can adjust it according to the weather.
You can make it
Because
work
you're
for
not,
the
I mean,
situation,
you're
yeah.
not trying to get them to get their line done by blue and gold. You can opt out of that if you want.
It also says that the first one you should do is that jungle one, and that the outing for that is a pack meeting, which may not be your very best pack meeting from the pack standpoint.
The popcorn kickoff pack.
Yeah,
So you gotta have
Well, and they're not
yourself
supposed to sell popcorn, am I right?
right.
Right. So
They
that's
can, they don't have to.
Oh, I thought it was encouraged that they didn't.
It's encouraged,
It's
but they don't.
They want you, you can't.
Yeah.
Beg you.
Yeah.
So could it, the same way with like the pack meetings, I know they're only say 2 to 3. Can you just tell them if you want to come, you can? Like if they see that there's an.
So I would,
activity that
the way that I would handle it if I was a Cub Master is I would, only if people ask, I would say it's not recommended for you to participate. The reason that we don't want you to participate is we don't want you to get overwhelmed. We want to ease you into the scouting program. You're going to have 5 years of pack meetings, and I would say, trust me, you're going to be sick of them.
No, you don't tell the parent that.
The only reason why I ask is because like for us, we have 4
Like
lines
siblings?
already. And then
Oh,
others
siblings are gonna-
Cub
yeah.
Scouts, so they're coming to our
Yeah.
pack meetings anyway.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you're
That's
not,
gonna be a lot of the first year lines are the ones who sit with.
yeah, you're not, I don't think you're gonna be able to get around that. I mean,
Yeah.
if they're a sibling, most of us, I'm sure, have a very family-oriented program.
Oh, yeah. Because
Right.
the majority
So
of
they're gonna
those
be
little
there.
siblings, they're like,
Yeah.
I'm a Cub Scout.
Yeah.
Even though they're not.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
But don't let this be a sibling program either. Like, we've got to take this opportunity to reach new families.
Well, yeah, no, of
Or
course,
are you
yeah.
guys gonna supply like banners or something, like something that shouts out to the kindergartners?
Yeah, so we've got,
Walking in
I've
the
got a
door?
discussion on recruitment materials, like a whole section that I want to do after we get done with kind of the general.
Because that we kind of need to have like a big poster that kind of, not a lot of people are gonna know that they're starting.
And we're gonna do a media release. I've got a couple things I want to talk to you guys about. That's the reason I wanted a meeting is to bounce ideas offline.
Okay, perfect.
So,
In exchange for the ideas, can we get the slide deck?
of course, it's you can click on scouting.org/lion.
Yeah, but then I have to go try to find it on the website.
For those two
I don't know, the
people
website doesn't have that much yet, it'll be easy to find.
I'll email the slide deck to you. All right. Any other questions from the floor before I go on my other topics? Okay. Going once. We're still good here. We have 8 people viewing us. That's pretty sweet. So let's talk a little bit about Lion Guide recruitment.
Lost one.
Right as you said, John.
What?
Oh, there he is.
Hey! We talked a little bit about Lion Guide recruitment. Does everyone have their Lion Guide identified already?
Yes,
Pretty sure. Does anyone not have them?
probably a lot of people.
So what are you struggling with? What do you need help What do you got? What resource do you not have that you need to recruit your line guy?
I just need to communicate with the pack. I have a family that's interested, but the dad's doing the bears, the mom's doing the weeklows, and they don't know how they can make it work, right? So, and so I'm just trying to find somebody else.
Or you
to
gather
get
some
them
information before you recruit them.
You know, I'll probably do it, but I'm gonna reach out to some other folks and see if they'd like to do it. And just to
Yeah, especially because
get somebody else in another position.
Yeah, aren't you crossing over next year?
Yeah.
So it'd be good to have maybe a little bit of consistency too with your line guide if you.
I think you need somebody who's gonna be there a couple of years, just so you have the, like, the consistency with it. And we're in the same boat as, you know, the other scouts that we have who we have identified are already deadlines.
Yeah.
Why set up for later?
Yeah, you really want to stick away from, if you can at all possible, your Cub Master Committee chair and your 5 den leaders. Yeah. All right, so there's no other materials that need to be produced or nothing else? Do you feel like, do you feel like you know what the line guide's expected to do? What kind of training's available for them?
I mean, I've seen a lot online. I'm seeing over here, there's a line guidebook, which, you know, maybe one of our other leaders ended up getting this, I'm not sure.
You just have to purchase it at the scout shop.
Okay.
They were not given that.
Okay,
I think that they should be bundled with the t-shirts and ready to go. Don't say that it's $10 for the book.
So
And $10 for the
So
shirt.
in there, say it's $20, here you go.
And
Yeah.
that's optional,
Yeah,
because
that's
they don't,
really,
that
that
way
way,
parents don't have to go in or.
They halfway home and realize they forgot to get the shirt.
Yeah.
or if there was even a way to do a PAC has identified you're gonna have 3 as part of when they get the application, they pay up, and then when they sign up, or at that first meeting, it's like, here's your shirt, here's your packet, we are, like, we're roaring to go.
That could be something for your
That's
families,
good.
even to say-
So we
Yeah.
can,
So just like you can do with handbooks, PACs can pre-purchase materials, you know, give them out or sell them at their school night for scouting and then return any extras. Because you can return a book or a shirt or whatever,
so
just
we
like
can
you
do that
can.
ourselves, then it's by the
But
packet.
then it's a matter of the PAC having the capital to do that.
The packet of.
And I don't know if you see most PAC budgets, I don't know if most of them have the capital to buy that many things.
okay, all I heard there is they need to sell more popcorn.
Exactly.
That's what I heard of scouts.
What's that?
So I have 12, and we have
We've been around
$1,000.
And we've been around for 3 years, so I think we would just fine.
All right.
You're still new then, yeah.
So they're, so I can't, you really can't ask the council to take on that line.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, ideal
Not every
world. We're
pack
talking,
can have that.
we're talking ideas, we're brainstorming,
Sure.
perfect world type thing.
Okay, so any other resources to get your line guides on board? What about, so each district is gonna be asked to host a line guide, orientation and go over the slide deck, which should take about 45 minutes, plus this Q&A. And so since I just got this slide deck, we'll get it to Cheryl and Oakland, the council training chair, and she'll pump it out to all of them.
Okay, I guess I was expecting this to be training chairs tonight.
Yeah.
But it was anybody who wanted, that's already signed up.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And
So my intent with that training was to have all the Cub Masters and line guides attend that.
Yep.
That's still what the goal would be for that meeting.
Yep, and then so as soon as you get your daytime location set for that, then I'm gonna have some sort of coordinated promotion that we're gonna be pumping to all the packs and then we're gonna try to, and then you'll have access to a Google Doc where you can record who attended your training so that we can ensure that every pack who's opted into the pilot has completed an orientation. Now, if packs have not yet opted in, they can still opt in, but we had to set some sort of deadline to get people to move. So, but we're not gonna keep them out. Okay. Yes, sir.
In the training, is there methods on how to best implement the shared leadership?
Not in the slide deck we just went through.
The book, a little bit, I think, but I remember right. But mostly it's just asking them to sign up for a month.
Yeah.
So that each family participates.
Yeah, I've never had very much success with that with tigers, and so I need a better way to just.
Well, have you had so I mean, one thing that is different is that they'll be handed the leader guide as soon as they get their handbook, because that's sold as a bundle. And in the Tiger program, unless you're copying off, dead meeting schedules for them, I don't know what sort of resources those parents had when you were doing shared leadership in the Tiger program.
So they would bounce from one house to another, to another, to another?
Or a specific location, if you guys are sponsored by a church, maybe you're meeting at that church. But for the adventures, you're gonna have to meet off-site. Those aren't designed to be in a church basement.
I mean, just because I guess I'm picturing if they're going from house to house to house, that, I mean, as long as you come up with a list of what address and location they are and contact name, contact phone number, now little Johnny, I mean, he's excited to go and he's telling his mom, yeah, let's go. And she's driving around and she can't find the house.
Yeah. So that's the line guide's role, is to be that glue, that communicator.
Okay.
So that's why that line guide is a
Just
specific role.
right there, but what you're saying is right.
So that's why that line guide is a specific role in the line program.
So it's kind of the timing, you would do sort of like a den meeting, so to speak, and then maybe take a week off and then do an outing, do another den meeting, and then kind of have a pack meeting interspersed now and again.
Yeah, so basically twice a month.
PAC meeting would be the outing for that month.
Yeah, so you wouldn't do an adventure an outing that month for that adventure. All right, any other questions? We'll do questions at the end, but all right, so moving into fall recruitment. So our current strategy / plan for fall recruitment is that we're going to have a big marketing push in August, but we'll talk about that. But I want to talk about everything out after that. That'll come after that. So we're going to send flyers home to the kids, just like we do everything else. But they're going to be Lions-specific flyers that are just going to go to the Lions, the kindergarten age youth. And then at the Boy Talk, we're going to hand out Lion packets, just like we do Tiger packets in most districts. And so that's going to look like there's going to be an envelope. And then inside that envelope is going to be a trifold brochure about the Lion program. And also in there's going to be a bookmark and a pencil about the Lions program. And if there's enough Boys Life, then the Boys Life will go in there.
The regular people probably won't see that.
What?
If you don't get two Boy Talks.
Yeah, well, actually, we just heard at Papillion today that things might have changed. So,
I will say, I do have a little bit of a concern that some parents, maybe the children, but the parents more than anything, may not like the shared leadership to where it's like, all right, well, we're going to little Johnny's mom's house tonight, or and then the next week it's going to this person, to where maybe that would kind of scare them away from wanting to go to.
I would say about 50% of PACs do den meetings at their charter organization or at their school. So having 50% probably.
Yeah, and we do.
Yeah.
Man, where do you guys do yours?
Yeah, all together.
That's your okay.
Yeah, so maybe you do your.
And we do ours at the church.
We split between the church and the school.
But they're not in homes like they used to be.
Right.
Okay.
So, but you got to remember too that you can't say every other Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the church, because you're going to be doing adventures and outings and activities. So, you can't do those in a church basement. Okay, so back to fall recruitment. So we're going to hand out that. We're going to do our Boy Talk, and then those families are going to come into the School Night for Scouting event, and they're going to join Cub Scouts along with the other families 1st through 5th grade. There'll be a special part of that presentation that'll talk about the Lions program, So here's the tricky part. So not every lion is, not every pack is in the Lions program, right? So we might have kids that show up to school nights for scouting, the kindergarten age families that show up to a pack that's not doing the Lions program. So, so what's going to happen is in that consultant's kits, they're going to have a list of all the packs in, here, we're going to have all the packs in the metro, but, maybe in Thundercloud, they'll just have a list of all the packs in Thundercloud. But anyways, you'll get a list of packs with phone numbers and emails of other packs that are participating in the Lion program.
For Metro, now saying that, when you say metro area, will they know of all the units in the metro, not just, Lewis and Clark, Soaring Eagle?
It'll be Lewis and Clark, Soaring Eagle, and Wagon Wheel. It'll just be a big honking list. It'll be sorted by school districts.
So the school will be the indicator for them, which one's closest to them.
So like Norris and Rockwell, we're relatively very close together.
But that's just for the packs that
Okay.
have kids showing up, and that's the only time that that's going to be used.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, because that could be real
Oh, I
bad
don't-
for the next year.
Yeah. So that's just for the kid that shows up and says, "I want to join the Lions program," but then kid can't join Cub Scouts because that pack's not doing the Lions program. Kid starts crying.
Will it identify, their meeting location, the meeting time?
It's just going to have contact information.
Okay.
So that would be
Contact
that would be a nightmare to try to get
So,
time, date, location.
since we're looking at, recommendations, and we get notifications about wood badge coming out a year in advance, that should be being communicated like now and probably weekly.
That's
Because there is gonna be some politicking and I know that's gonna be nasty.
okay.
Do we know what the recommendation is gonna be, so that hypothetically speaking, there's a pack that, they go to sign up their second grader and their kindergarten son is with him and wants to be a Lion and now bursts into tears because they don't have it. So they're given contact information for this pack. He goes and does Lions for a year, loves it, wants to be a Cub Scout. Are they going to be recommended to go back to the school that now has Tigers? Or do they get to make a choice? Is
What
there?
do you think?
Well, they can always make a choice.
I'm saying,
Right,
is
you don't have
National gonna give us recommendations on that?
You
I would
can still
say-
get any pack that you want.
No, I know,
Because,
but that's kind of hard on the families.
Once they
to
establish
split.
that relationship, that bond, and that comfort level, with Marie or Brian, myself, Matt, whoever,
So it
they're
depends
not gonna
on
wanna
how
leave
the pack,
76
how the pack
before
is
you
treated
go
the
under
second
that.
grader
Right.
compared to how the kindergartner is treated,
I mean,
and that may be
The
the
biggest
difference.
solution
Yeah.
that I want to have is a solution for that family who shows up to a school night, because that's going to happen. Like, we're
Right.
going to be doing council-wide marketing. We're going to have, there's going to be stuff on TV on about the Lions program. So people are going to show up.
How many, in Soaring Eagle, how many packs are doing, how many do we?
So we have 100 packs in the council, 100 out of our 350 packs in the council.
So it's about a third across the board, probably.
Something that, and
But the metro is more opted into the rule.
Yeah, how many in the metro, Brian?
no, I was just gonna say, maybe you're getting at this, but it was mentioned earlier, are we gonna have some kind of a, like for schools and charters, like a yard sign that says now offering Lions? Because that could even be worked into the marketing,
Yeah.
If you're looking for a Lion program, look for this at your local school or what, you know what I mean? Like
Well,
that's
and
more.
Mid-America Council,
Yeah,
yeah, and the only reason I say that is, yes,
Stuff to announce the or the sign-up nights and date and time, having
Whether you have one.
having one for the Lions, also to say, come sign up here if you want to be a
yeah,
Lion.
join Cub Scouts, now
well,
offering
and
Lions.
everybody's
No,
right,
whatever.
you can join any pack. My fear is the family conflicted the next year? So does the second grader lose his friends, or does the kindergartner lose, you know what I'm saying? So to avoid that, Mid-America Council, anybody can go out there and search for a pack in the city. Can we have some way to indicate which of those packs has Lions?
Yes, so in
That
the
would
launch
help.
into scouting website, there'll be a big honking list and there'll be an asterisk by
Right,
all the
and
packs.
the reason I say that is now mom and dad may not bring the kindergartner if they don't
Yeah.
wanna have to split the family.
But that's gonna be as effectively communicated as it can
Okay.
be, but at the end of the day, we're gonna have people show up.
You are,
And
and
there's gonna be
our
people-
pack or any other pack will not turn a boy away, certainly. but just trying to avoid the family.
And maybe
conflicts.
what we'll do is, and that's a really good point on,
Because the third
if
grader's gonna.
people are not, I apologize for so if I'll send an email to all the PACs that are not in the Lions program, letting them know that this is going on, and maybe that'll shame them into participating.
You know what, that's okay.
The more
The more packs that do it, the better the program.
Because
So what
I'm
their
afraid that
reason
the
is we
100
have too many kids.
the 100 of the 300, they're gonna get swarmed with kids, and we're gonna have more than one lion. Then just to divvy it out.
I would say that would be a good problem. I would love that, but I would rather have a family committed to a single pack and have them be comfortable in that single pack than divide it.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah,
So,
I
I think if a kid
So that
has
email will go out
a year
tomorrow.
as a lion,
It'll be nice.
switch packs, he's still a Cub Scout at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
And you still have Cub Scouts that switch packs for
Yeah.
other reasons,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it is hard on them. They
Okay.
get their little buddies and.
So outside of the normal marketing piece,
Sure.
there's one event that I would like to bounce off you guys and see what you guys thought about it. So what I'd like to do is kind of that in that August 1st through 10th time frame, have some sort of 2-hour event. Maybe here at the Scout office, maybe at a park, maybe somewhere else. I don't really care where. But we call it the Launch into Lions event. So that's the time where we unveil the Lions program to the community. So we'll invite all the media out that day. We'll shoot off rockets. We'll do the water rockets. We'll bring out the bounce house. We'll have some sort of fire and cook hot dogs. So have
I
it.
think you have it
You
here.
need to have multiple.
I think you need to do multiple, or if you're gonna do it, get the zoo involved.
Oh, do it at the zoo.
Do it at the zoo.
The issue with the zoo is then everyone has to pay to get in,
That's right.
and they will not budge on that. I thought that same thing, and
See if
then I
you can
checked.
get somebody with the education department at the zoo
I
to
asked.
do something with them outside.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be at.
Or to bring a lion cub.
I tried.
Just bring the lion itself.
I do have a lion club that is going to let us borrow their lion costume.
Another
Or
Are you gonna be
storm
doing that?
chasers, they have the lion mascot.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, the blue.
Who does?
Casey.
The blue line,
Casey.
Casey, the blue line.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think if you could do something here, to know,
Actually.
I've heard from
Well, I'll tell you.
kids who said, they drive by this place, they've always wanted to see what it was like.
What if we do it at Werner?
Yeah, what if we do it
At
at
Warner
Werner on a non-game day? They've got the
the
mascot,
field
they've
and
got
everything?
that play area, they've got concessions.
Yeah.
And they might
Or
be
heck,
willing to
do
open
it,
up.
like they have the scout night, they're doing
Yeah.
scout night next month where it's
Yeah.
discount for scouts.
Let's turn on the water.
No.
So, but the point of this event.
Have it in the parking lot.
The point of this event is a marketing effort.
Yeah.
And to onboard, and it's because since it's going to happen in the August 1st through 10th timeframe, it's not going to be really targeted to those kids that are not already in Lions. It's going to be more targeted towards those siblings that, there's
Really?
a 7th grader and a 1st grader, because they won't have been invited to join the Lion program yet.
Right.
But
'cause you won't-
just
you-
to let people know that there is a lion program.
Yeah, because I want some sort of spot on television that says, get the interview of, someone that says, the Cub Scout program started in 1935, and in 1965 we added the Tiger program. Starting in 2016, we're adding the Lion program. And then just some sort of really nice spot on, that we're participating in kindergarten. Visit launchingthescout.org to find the Lion pack near you.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong, Wagon Wheel. 99% of Wagon Wheel won't come here for that kind of an event.
You said will
That's
not?
kind of
Will
far
not.
drive.
Okay?
Maybe
That's
have
why I
one,
say at
have
least
one
a couple,
here in
not,
Omaha and maybe one in Sarpy County.
maybe not one in every district, but more than one.
Yeah,
So will
like
you
that.
guys help me put one on down there?
If there is the other thing to consider potentially be like, I'm gonna go back to the baseball stadium and have it out in the parking lot of Warner Field.
Yeah.
Warner Park.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I know that we had, I can't remember her name, but one of the marketing ladies from the Storm Chasers come out to our Lewis and Clark roundtable.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
She was
she made
she was incredibly helpful. Because
Yeah.
I would guarantee you, if you reached out to her.
I
Yeah,
still
I'm in.
may need to do too, but in the situation like that,
But I would
That's
say,
what your resources in the community. And
like you said, avoid the water hose. So don't make it a big baseball game, just maybe a
Right.
location that
Use their-
everybody knows.
You're basically
You know.
using their facility. It's advertising for Werner. And I think because it's at Werner, you might get more media attention
Yeah,
than in your parking.
but have it be
No
more-
insult.
what's the amphitheater over there too?
Sumter.
Sumter.
Sumter, that might be a good place, yeah.
And then the idea is I've got $1,000 budget for this event. So the idea is that maybe we're gonna give any of these siblings that youth that show up to this event their Lions shirt. So that we can have a bunch of
Don't
kids.
screw up the PAX plans.
Well, we already did our presentation. We presented our future Lions at the end of our year picnic with our orange Class B shirt.
Sure.
If you're gonna be giving out shirts,
them
it's
excited.
another reason to go to the baseball field because you could probably borrow their shirt can.
Oh, that'd be
That'd be
sweet.
fun.
Oh, yeah,
Just saying.
that'd be good.
Yeah, what?
And you know,
Yeah.
they might.
It's
they might
more of a marketing than a recruiting event, right?
Yes, it's not a recruiting event.
So to increase the visibility of the
Well,
whole thing, why not
secondary.
consider like a Memorial Park location where you set up near Dodge and all the traffic there is going to see it. Also the media, and then it's a central location so anybody who knew about it could come and check it out.
I think Memorial Park would be a good idea. 'Cause
I think that's a good idea there.
Because it kind of has that patriotic,
Yeah,
theme,
so
and it's,
so I'll need people to help me with like setting up the bounce house, running the rocket launcher, cooking hot dogs to make that event work. And I'll need people to help me get all these siblings here. Because if I need to be able to guarantee the media that we're gonna have 50 Lions running around the parking lot, because then, I think we could make a good impact if we did it like that.
How many, you have 4, I have 1.
3.
Do we have that many? That are little brothers already?
Yeah, I had 10 people tell me that they can't come tonight because of the storm, and all of those people, and everyone who was sitting here that first night, we met all that. It's, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe get MUD out there to, with a water wagon. It's gonna be hot in August. So, they've got that 200 gallon or whatever it is trucks where people can get water.
Refill their
Yeah.
water.
Will we be able-
Yeah.
If you did
Will there
Memorial
be some
Park,
kind of a bannery type thing that, for instance, Wagon Wheel could put in the Arrows to Aerospace parade with the packs that are, or the units that are marching?
Yeah,
Like
we
one
can do
that could be borrowed, you mean?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, we're marching in the Pavilion Days parade on
There's
the
Pavilion
18th.
There's all of
Or
those.
we can have a banner for that, we can.
Miller
So
Days
it's
is late August, but I think it would still be beneficial to have it at that point.
It's never too late.
Depending on how quickly a banner could be made, there's the Ralston
Ralston
parade.
parade.
Ralston would be a good one too, but it's early.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
And
coming
we could
fast.
also maybe, our Troop 60 sits with a table and sells drinks at Pavilion Days, and we could put the banner there, take it down for the parade, march with it, and then bring it
Yeah.
back there.
So we'll,
So when
I'll
is-
order a banner.
We don't have an actual date yet, but the scout night at
They
Warren?
should have a banner there.
Scout night in June.
Well, so we
Yeah,
can
Warner.
share.
Yeah, a banner like that's about $100.
But Scout night, there should almost be
Yeah,
something.
but it's not gonna be a time-sensitive banner so that we can continue to use it year after
Right.
year.
Yeah,
I don't want it to say now, now
It
it's.
doesn't have to have dates on it.
No, just,
But Scout Night at Warner, if you had, I would assume, I could be wrong, I'm not part of that, but if you have scouts coming out to maybe help with flag ceremony, coming out with the military if they're there, maybe they carry a banner that mentions
Okay.
the Lions.
Yeah, we'll get the banner in house and then try to flood it at all.
Yeah.
and just use it a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So I've got my biggest 2 marketing items that I didn't have on my list that I have on my list now are yard signs and banners.
Yeah.
Um,
And again, mentioning those yard signs in whatever TV or radio or whatever we're doing, look for the yard sign, you look for whatever, so that people
Okay.
hopefully cut down
and
on
then
some of that.
also adding on the MAC website, whether APAC has.
Yeah, you said there's gonna be those asterisks.
And I like your idea of guilting those that haven't.
Yes, yes, please.
Don't let them know it's done.
Yeah, so on the MAC website, will they have a drop down, under Cub Scouts, where you click on Cub Scouts and then it'll be a section for Lions.
So right now, it's just part of the scrolling
Right.
web page, and that's gonna continue to stay like that throughout the fall.
Just out of curiosity, when are the shirts going
Yeah, do we have an actual date on that?
I think
know.
it's,
to be?
you know, I think it's the last timeline I saw was June, was sometime in June, so I don't know, I wish I could give you a date, but the dates that have been given have not been delivered on. So even if I promise to give you a date, it's not gonna be accurate.
Because I was just thinking that we kind of need, especially the packs that have
In the parade.
in the parade, have some little lions.
Yeah, you can always do that next year.
Yeah, next year will be good.
Old and
Well,
whack
by the
and
older kids.
by the week lows.
Sweet. Well, I like to be respectful of people's time. It's 4 minutes till 7, so let's see if there's any other questions.
Well, did you have any
You
other
wanna
points
have, you
before
wanna
we?
ask any to the viewers?
I don't know.
There's
if they
still
can-
4 left.
I don't know if they
For
can
those of you
talk
watching
back.
at home, speak up now.
I don't think they can
We'd
talk.
have heard them before now, I'm sure.
I'm sure we would have you.
I think I'm just broadcasting one way.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure they'll
Is there a
email.
way to send a message or something? Or?
I don't think I set it up that way.
Okay.
Email Luke.
Yeah, email Luke with questions.
All right. So is there anything else that you're not getting that you want or need?
Well, I guess just out of curiosity, one of our early questions about how long might we be looking at for national to assess whether or not it switches from a pilot to a rank?
You know, the pilots, I participated in 3 other pilot programs, and they have all been,
This is not the first year of the pilot of this either.
Right.
Yeah.
but it's the first time it's been nationwide.
Yeah,
so
so
it's
first
been in,
national.
it's been
yeah.
in St. Paul for 6 years, and then it was in Alpha pilot and 5 consoles last year, and now it's nationwide.
Okay.
So if everything falls in line with the way the pilot programs normally operate, it would be either 1 more full year of pilots,
Okay.
or next fall it'll start full-fledged.
Okay.
But I'm sure it'll be like I don't know if it'll eventually fall to the way like the Tiger program did, where it just looks and feels and smells like Cub Scouts. But the key is, if we're gonna, and I want to close on, is you got to use this program to recruit and engage those parents,
Yeah.
so that they can take over for you as Cub Master Committee Chair.
Yeah.
If you got to think, like every time you talk about Lions, you think this is a tool for me to get more parents involved.
Yep.
And that, as long as you keep that at the center of what you're doing, this program's going to be successful. If you just use it as a tool to just get more kids in your pack, that's not what's the reason. So,
No, we're recruiting.
and we got to hone that in when we're delivering training as well. Because that's not in the slide deck.
You still want more boys,
Yes.
no matter what.
Yeah,
Always.
more boys is always a thing, but that's not the
Right,
sole
but-
purpose.
And
But-
you get,
Really,
the idea
we
is
are-
to get them in kindergarten before they've been lost to something else.
But the parents
Right.
don't know, so they're gonna,
Is this what the girls?
Yeah.
so the parents are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
they're
been
gonna-
doing kindergarten.
Yeah.
So
But in St. Paul, when they've been doing the program for 6 years, it's the same. The percentage is the same when they started Lions or when they started Tigers. Still, only 30% of them cross over into Boy Scouts.
Into Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
So they,
And then only 6% of them in Eagle get that started.
up to 6, that's.
So basically, this is a tool to recruit parents to become future leaders while
Because
having
it's,
fun with their boys.
because it's not going to change your percentage
Right.
of the number of kids that are crossing over into Boy Scouts. And the whole point of the Cub Scout program is to get kids in Boy Scouting.
Yeah.
Because Boy Scouting is where we change lives. We don't change lives in the Cub Scout program. That's a marketing tool for the Boy Scout program.
Right.
Not to oversimplify this whole thing,
Yeah, but that's true.
but we're a leadership,
As you say, don't tell me about parents that.
Oh, no, don't tell me that.
so it's, I mean, the Boy Scout program is where we're teaching leadership development, where we're teaching life
Except
skills.
that's why we're teaching more of it in Cub Scouts now.
Is so they can be better prepared and learn more in
Right.
Boy Scouting.
Be more prepared for scouts.
All right, well, we ended at 7 o'clock. I'm very proud.
Let's go, Luke.
All right.
I have a